Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and Senator Kennedy does not hold back. All hell breaks loose after he accuses this Biden nominee of lying under oath. This is absolutely wild, but before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors over at Colonial Metals Group. They literally had the cure to Bidenflation, but more on that later. Now, let's get back to the video.
Ms. Berner, you didn't tell Senator Graham the truth, did you?
Senator, I took an oath to tell the truth, and I have done so faithfully.
Now, on February 22nd, 2018, you spoke to the American Constitution Society, and this is what you said. The right to work movement is deeply racist. You said that, didn't you?
Senator, I do not have that speech in front of me. I have spoken on a number of occasions about the history.
You turned your notes over to us. You didn't read them before you turned them over?
Senator, I've spoken on a number of occasions about the history. I was not speaking about...
Are you saying that you didn't say that?
Senator, I've spoken on a number of occasions about the history.
Are you saying that you didn't say that?
I have turned over all of my notes from my speeches.
I don't think you're telling the truth, Ms. Berner. Let me ask you another question. Do you remember Mindy Sturgey?
No, sir, I do not remember.
I'm embarrassed you don't remember her. She was one of your union members. She alleged that she was the victim of sexual discrimination at one of your local unions. This is what she said. She alleged that one of the executives there asked her, quote, if she enjoyed rough sex and bondage.
What?
She said that the chapter president, Mr. Dave Regan, asked her, quote, does the carpet match the drapes? And, quote, what would you do for some jewelry? She alleged that Mr. Regan told another staffer, quote, that the only way she is getting a job is if she sucks my member of the male anatomy. Another employee said in an affidavit that Mr. Reagan, quote, went around asking women if he could sniff their panties, close quote, at an October 2017 work party. She said another executive, quote, grabbed my upper thigh while I was driving. And she wrote you and asked you to investigate. And you said no, didn't you?
Senator, I have dedicated my career to representing women and families. That has been my work.
You said no, didn't you?
Senator,
you told her that let her own chapter represent or investigate its own misconduct, didn't you?
Senator, I'm going to give you additional time, but I want the witness to be able to fully answer the question.
Senator, the letter that you are quoting from, I wrote in my capacity as counsel to my client. It was the position of my client, and I was acting as an advocate.
You refused to investigate, though, didn't you?
Senator, I believe that I have faithfully adhered to my obligations as an attorney for my client.
I don't think Ms. Sturgis would agree with you. In fact, Mr. Reagan, the chapter president, is still the president, isn't he?
I believe.
You don't even know?
Dave Reagan is the president of one of our local union, of one of SEIU's local unions, yes.
Wow.
Wow is about the only thing you can say here. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. And apparently, something happens when there's a D next to your name, or when you give to a bunch of Democrats. You don't have to live up to the accountability that they have for their Republican counterparts. This is just gross. It's gross and weird that you have these union members acting in this fashion, these higher ups, who this lady, this woman who is from the SEIU, or has done work with the SEIU, her job was basically to be the HR. And she refused, and in typical HR fashion, she refused to help the victim. This behavior is not viable. It's not pleasant. It's not nice. It's not decent. There's nothing good about this here. And this woman decided to defend the very men who were trying to quite literally grope one of their female counterparts. I can't believe that we have to react to this. I can't believe that this is happening on the Democrat side. This is the party of believe all women. This is the party that, for some reason, believed that Amber Heard was telling the truth. That believed the what's her name? The woman that accused Kavanaugh. They believed those women to the hilt. Turns out those women were lying, and were lying under oath, as a matter of fact. And then they turn around and they will stab other women in the back for telling the truth. Y'all, times are rough. Record inflation is still not under control. We have a president who doesn't know what planet he's on. And the Federal Reserve continues to make dumb decision after dumb decision after dumb decision. You can gamble on Wall Street all you want, but if you want to diversify and protect your wealth, you need to look into my friends over at Colonial Metals Group. These amazing experts understand how to keep your wealth safe and protected from the volatility of our current market. And there's even a great deal for first-time accounts. Free gold and silver-backed IRA accounts, insurance on whatever precious metals you happen to buy for 5 years, up to $7,500 worth of silver, and a nice safe for you to keep all this good stuff in. So go take a look at their website, link in the description below, or call the phone number below so you can talk personally to Paul Stone, CEO, and his amazing team of experts to protect your wealth today. This is a mind virus. This is just this ridiculous attempt to walk away from actual accountability. And this woman who is being nominated for a federal position, of course Biden goes out and finds the worst possible people, because all his administration looks for is, do you check certain boxes? They are not looking for merit. They are looking for DEI hires. And quite literally, that's how Kamala Harris got her job as vice president. Stacey Abrams was going to be the nominee. So Joe Biden had a high-level meeting with her. It was a meeting down in Atlanta. And Stacey Abrams looked him in the eye and said, I want these privileges. I want to work on these things. Joe Biden said, no, you are simply here because I made this promise. I need you to be a traditional vice president who basically sits around and does nothing. Stacey Abrams then told him to go kick rocks. And so the only other high-profile black woman that was qualified or even was even known at the time was Kamala Harris. And so that's why Joe Biden picked her. See, that is the mentality of the current Democrat Party, or at least a huge wing of it. There are still good, earnest members. You saw this in how they treated the Secret Service members. When the Secret Service came before Congress, even Democrats were getting on their case. So that proves that some are good people. to quote a certain Donald Trump. But the Kamala Harris hire is in the exact same vein as this woman here. This woman, her entire record has been working with unions. Oh, by the way, right to work rocks. You don't have to be a part of a union. You don't have. That's all that right to work actually means. And her life's work has been dedicated to attacking that principle. And then it turns out behind the scenes, she has defended the worst actions, or some of the worst actions you can do as a businessman. And that is harass a woman and try to use your power for certain favors. She has defended this. That's not a good reason to put someone in a high office. But apparently, according to the Biden administration, and if Harris wins, God forbid, that will continue. This is We are having a government not based on merit, but do you check the boxes? That is a terrible way to govern the United States people. All right? It's not fair to us. It's not fair to the people who have good records and should be given higher office. It's just a morally reprehensible, stupid way to govern. And that's the thing. Democrats say Republicans can't govern. It's highly ironic to me that they keep on putting stupid people in power because it placates their brains. It's just a morally bankrupt and stupid way to govern. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment here on Politbro. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.